Hello, and a wonderful good evening, everybody, or good day, or whatever time it might be for you on your place on the world. I hope you're feeling fine, and let's play some Dyson Sphere program today. It's been quite a good time. We have here quite the infrastructure going, and it's been a few days since I left off the last time, and I really got to think again where we left off. I do remember that I have placed down a lot of mining infrastructure. Let's see, did I leave off with any solar panels in my pocket? The answer is no, so most likely I didn't have too much unfinished business here. So for today's plans, it's going to be a new parts factory, and I'm quite hyped about that. So, what do I mean when I say parts factory? It's going to be a place where we're going to boot up all these nasty pre-products. So, we're starting out with magnetic coils, going over to electric motors, turbines, magnetic rings, all the nasty things that slow down your enterprises. And Paperboy and Forgotten Noble, I'm very, very happy to see you guys here. So, long story short, my plan is to prefabricate a couple of things that I know we're going to require crap tons of. So, this all is the path towards the green science stuff. So, just that we have a milestone ahead. So. I want to get the strange matter thing going. Strange matter is extremely important because the next big milestone is to get ourselves from one system to another. And we have to boot up warpers. There we go. So warpers are fun stuff. For starters, we need to put up a graviton lens to manufacture one warper. Warpers are like warp fuel. You need one per jump, I think, if I remember correctly. And later we are able to chunk down green science cubes into warpers, and you see the ratio is fantastic. But long story short, beginning it sucks to get your first warp fuel together, and later it chills down. I mean, for the gravity matrix, you need one lens and one of these chips, and you get out 2 cubes, so it's an insanely more efficient ratio to make your space warpers out of. It's amazing. We don't need to worry about that. Mr. Inadequate, I'm very, very happy to see you. Good day to you. So, alright, we got all this settled, but as you see there, we need also, what are these suckers? Here, particle containers. Wonderful example. These little thingies require all electromagnetic turbines, and that's why I need a parts factory. So, thank you. I'm happy to hear that, man. Songs of Six is one of my favorite titles, and I can't wait to see more stuff released out of that. I am taking a bit of a hiatus from the game right now. Plan to return to it quite soon, actually. I have it on my to-do list, but I do take my breaks off of Songs of Six to not burn out from it, because it's so damn complex game, and it's still early access, sadly. And yeah, don't want to ruin all the fun and still cover it decently. It's always nice to see some appreciation, because it's one of the topics in my on my channel, which is more work than usual. So let's get back to Murga and do our parts factory thing. So let's see. I wonder how long it'll take until I start to run into problems with building slots on this planet, because I actually have built already quite a lot of stuff on this planet here. We have quite the manufacturing backbone on this planet. Don't know if I'm that happy with it, but it is as it is right now. So let's get back to business. First off, I want some fuel rods for later. Then, well, so... Oh yeah, I am waiting for the new RimWorld update, or the DLC. So hyped up for that. So hyped up for that. But it seems as if the devs are giving the modders this time a little bit more time to prepare their stuff. Like, if I remember correctly, the time between the announcement of Ideologen and the release was shorter. I'm not sure, cannot remember exactly, and I'm not willing to do the research, so I go with my gut feeling, but it's so hyped up about that. You guys might not know that, but RimWorld was actually the starting topic of my channel here. So, big thing for me. Really, really big thing. And you can expect to see me covering that a lot. But back to topic. So we are going to look for nice building sites next. These things here are wonderful examples of what we're going to put up here. So here we have our chemical facilities, graphene, carbon nanotubes, plastic, and I want to set up similar facilities. It's a pretty simple process. We demand the stuff we need to produce the goods, and we pipe it back into the logistics station to distribute it onto the planet. Really good system, works out pretty decently in middle to small factories. Don't know how it'll work out in larger scale factories. It's a interesting topic. Okay, so I shouldn't be walking, I should be still zooming around here. So the downside of this planet here is it has lots of water on it, and it's actually not that well suited for a forge world. A good forge world would have no water, and that's a planet right next door. Well, let's do this. Come on, let's keep it away. Let's say chemical stuff happens here, but the whole parts forging stuff we pull that off on the other planet. I like the idea of that, because I have a world without any water around me, so why not use that? I love this game for the freedom and the scope of things, you know. Okay, so we are going to need tons of sorters, so let's pick up the Mark 1s. Which just suck, but I have to work with Mark 1 with a lot. So, assembling machine 80-ish. Are these enough? I still want to count it. Let's pick up more. So, 137. Sounds like a healthier amount. Let's pick up more conveyor belt, because, you know, you cannot have too much conveyor belt, especially not if you're prepping up a pots factory. Let's pick up some more splitters. And, well, Teslas, well, 28, not enough. Certainly not enough. And, well, beyond that, I think we're set. Well, can't wait for this game to be finished as well. But Dyson Sphere Program is one of those few early access titles where I feel like it's already so good that I want to finish it before it is fully released. And then I am looking forward to my next playthrough after the full release. That's the really good games, you know. So, Virgo 1. I'm going to set up my destination. I got fuel, I got building materials. Oh, there's one thing. I probably want to pick up some extra logistics drones so we can stock up these transportation towers really nicely. Alright, 15 of these suckers, enough I'd say. So, well, it's good-o. What up here? Ah, yeah, we don't get any of the thrusters here anymore, don't we? Is it even still possible to get these thrusters? Yeah, but I am lacking material. I bet they are lacking turbines. That's where the new factory will come into play. It's exactly why I'm doing this. because I am... this complex here is starved from vital materials, and let's do something against that. And then, once all these things are patched up, we're going to build ourselves some first graviton lenses and warp away and check out other systems. I can't wait for that. I'm so hyped up for all the things up ahead. This game's a real, it's a real cool one. Well, I would consider it a more accessible spin-off of Factorio. Really, you should really try it out if you have Factorio and DSP on your wish list. At this point, I would even say pick up DSP first, because it's much easier accessible for beginners of the genre. If you have a big knack for factory games in general, by all means, Factorio cannot let you down. It's an amazing masterpiece. But I find it harder accessible than Dyson Sphere Program. Just my personal opinion. There's just, you see, there's just so much time between those two titles, and DSP is certainly the, well, the grandchild of Factorio, so to say. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get back and get back to business. So... let's check out our solar panel belt. There it is. So, just realized that I started my save today on this world. Probably had already the plan to do the forging here on this planet and forgot about it. Sounds about like me. Sounds like... well, whatever. Grammar is not on my side today, but I'm allowed to. I'm not a native speaker. It's nice to have such an excuse always handy. Alright, so here goes more solar belt. Because this planet will require a lot of energy. If we do all the assembly on this planet, all those assemblers require a lot of juice. And so do the logistics drones. I love these solar belts. It's one of my favorite things to set up in this game. Oh well, overall, that's one of the things I really enjoy about Dyson Sphere. Everything looks so nice, you know. Alright, so here we have a slight collision with our mining industry, so let's take a short break here. Doesn't really matter. I think I could even place down here. So, well, whatever. Let's not be too exact about that. This kills the fun. Okay. So, I really wonder how far this will get me. So there's a stone deposit. Well, for now, I'll build like this around that. If necessary, I'll just dismantle a couple of these guys and set up the miners. It's okay. No biggie. Yay! It's been enough to go full circle. Love it. Okay, so power production now is 242 megawatt. That's pretty nice. Seriously, it's a pretty good quota. It comes from the 136% solar energy ratio. This planet is really well fit for solar energy. Okay, so let's do this. Let's start with the planning. Now, first off, magnetic coils and... where are you? Circuit boards. They are basically the elemental particles of the of the whole pod factory. I mean, okay, the elemental particles would be the basic materials, but they are the lowest tier of goods, and you find them in several places. Oh yeah, I forgot our good buddy, the gear. Here, I'm a little bit torn. Should I build them on site, or should I put them into the logistics network? One thing I'm still torn about. There's so much speaking for one thing and for the other. So, if this is a little bit too mystic for you, the question I'm putting myself up is, should I put up a specific parts factory or a specific sector of my parts factory that's only producing magnetic coils, circuit boards, and gears, and distributes them to other parts of my planetary networks? Or should I produce these always on site? Because, you know, here, look at the gear. There's not even material compression going on. We put one ingot in and get one gear out. So we don't even save room there. With the circuit boards and the magnetic coils, we can at least say we have a slight compression from 3 items to 2 items. Okay, but it's not that amazing either. And the process is very fast. The only thing that would be an argument pro putting these guys into the network would be that the work would be distributed over more drones. It would be a more, a more precise delivery system. This is one question where I really don't know. I think there is no real good answer to that one. We're going to put it up. We're going to put it up on site. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do here. So, first step that we're going to take is we're going to set up a electric motor facility. If I confused the hell out of you with all the talking I did right there, I'm very sorry, but I hope I'll do my best to clarify things from here. So, electric motors. We want these suckers because we need them everywhere. Electromagnetic turbines will eat these things like candy, so we better set up a production of, let's try to go for 6 per second. That would be amazing. So to get 6 per second, we'll require a ton of things. So let's get started. So first off, I need a spot for that. So again, I want to find some place where there's as few mineral deposits as possible. I think this valley here is a pretty good fit, standing right next to where I want to work already. Great. It's always a nice thing, isn't it? So let's do this. I am putting up some power connection there. And then first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a... Well, let's do this. Let's do an interstellar as the starting point. So, this is the spot where we're going to get our materials from. So we require copper ingots, iron ingots. Let's see what we require else. Magnets, and we want remote demand. We need this stuff delivered from everywhere, basically. Alright, so we got these things on the menu. Great. So as you see here, there's already stuff in transit, because we're producing these items here on the planet. Obviously, we don't get any copper from anywhere, but it could be because all the drones are busy right now. So let's clap a handful of drones in there, but no copper incoming. That's bad. So let's see. How come? Am I not producing any copper ingots on this planet? That can't be. So here, supply. There's dudes in there. There's copper ingots in there. Oh, no, I get it. Now I get it. The items that I get here are from another planet. That's what's happening there. That's okay. So we're going to go for local demand as well. This place has to be stocked up with material as well. And I don't know, well, do I want to keep this up? Yeah, let's do this. That's okay. Yeah, we can do this. Alright, so let's see what kind of materials will pop up later as well. So far, I don't see anything. For supermagnetic rings, we're going to require other stuff as well, but okay. Now then, so electric motors it is. For this whole process, we'll require what? I need to take this times 6. So, times 6 means 12 iron ingots, not the issue here. And 6 gear wheels and 6 coils. Alright, got it. It's pretty simple, actually. So first things first, we'll require a belt just for iron ingots several times. So I'll say this is the first line. And this is where I want to create the gears. So here goes. This one has to be a Mark II belt because we're working with 12 ingots per second. Or no, actually it doesn't have to. Fucking bull here. So this guy can be a Mark I belt though, because we're not transporting that many items there. Okay, so let's place up 6 of these guys, and that's that. So, there we go. So what I'm trying to set up here is a facility that produces exactly the amount of items it requires to keep running. So we got that. This recipe requires 6 gears per second. Done. Then the next thing is we require 6 magnetic coils per second. So this needs us to bring up magnets and copper. Easy enough. So let's whip up the materials here. I like the idea of that. So here goes copper. And here go the magnets. And let's go. So, magnetic coils. Pardon me. Sadly, I'm still feeling a bit under the weather, and well, it's running in the family these days. We're getting better soon. Anyways, so we now get to this. I'll require here 2 magnets per second, and that's where we're going to require a Mark II inserter. That's why I really need backup of these. So let's see. Can I handcraft Mark II dudes? Ha! I need electric motors for that. Good thing that I'm crafting some. I went through a span of illness. Oh yeah, man. It's just a slight burden, you know? It's not enough to say that I'm feeling terribly ill or anything. It's just enough to keep you pissed off the entire day. You know? That's just how I'd like to put it. Just enough to keep me pissed off the entire day. But, you know, it is as it is. It'll pass. It'll pass. I'm happy that I'm feeling that well. Alright, so we got the gears, we got the magnetic coils. The only thing we don't have now is the necessary amount of iron plate, because I cannot take this belt. It's not transporting enough goods. So we have to whip up our iron here. So there's that. That's a nice and tidy little sucker, isn't it? Alright, so we require this thing to have here, carrier dronesies as well. It's really important because I plan to deliver, pipe back the materials that I produce here and deliver other places with that as well. So let's see, we got that little thing together. Let's I somehow piped up copper in this, damn it. So how to configure this pipe now? Here. Well, meh, whatever. How I got some copper in my pocket, you know. Here we go. So next step in the process, we'll require those all those assemblers for the turbines. So this is going to be the nastier part. So here we need to digest 12 iron plates per second, so that's going to be quite the costly part. Beyond that, these facilities will eat up 6 of these, 6 of those. So, well, I'd say we're going to work like this. Here goes an assembler like there. I want to leave one spot exactly empty. Let's do this for the sake of measuring. And I want to have it on this side of the belt. Alright, so now I'll require this guy to go upwards and then downstairs again. And then we have a nice and tidy setup that we can work with. And then we can put these guys back into the tower. So let's put up a connector here. Collide with other object? Are you kidding me? Yeah, sometimes this is just acting a little bit iffy. So here we go. Oh, and remote supply, local supply. Yes, that's correct. And now we need to put this up 12 times. So this thing has to be quite long. Let's see how we can tidy up this build along the way. All right, so let's do this. I'll require lots of iron. Well, this has to be done with Mark II grabbers, but we don't have to output with a Mark II, don't we? Because this recipe doesn't have the throughput. We only output half an engine per second, so we're good. So now I need to charge up my mech. Take some power tower shower, you know. And well, this is all just working on fine. The only thing that I now want to do is I want to make this thing go ×2. You know, I want to replicate the entire thing and and feed up another beast, because this is just not enough yet, you know. I think I should have went for double that size from the first moment on. Well, but whatever. It is as it is now. I don't. I've never been somebody who like to standardize builds too much. So there we are. Gosh, this takes forever by now. So the times that I was able to run around without fuel rods, they're getting to their end, I'd say. Yay! Gravitational wave refraction! Technically, I'm then able to warp around after I have researched the drive engine thingy. So excited. Major milestone achieved, you know. Alright, so let's keep going. I need these guys going this way. And then I'm ready to put up the machines. So I really hope that... Oh yeah, crap. Running out of grabbers, but it's okay. Luckily, I have set up this machinery that helps me upgrading my grabbers, you know. There we go. Hooray! Lots of engines! Let's grab ourselves some. So I'll be handcrafting some Mark II grabbers. These manufacturing streets, they require insane amounts of how are they called again? They are certainly not called grabbers. Ah, sorters. Somehow such trouble keeping this word in my head. Whatever. So since I was looting so many engines here, it's working now swimmingly now. Great. So let's just duplicate what we did there. Going to make this like that. Let's just do this on this side another time. It ain't efficient, but it doesn't have to be super efficient. You know, I don't mind. I take semi-efficient at any time of the day. There goes. Oh, that's a bad spot. This one's better. Good. And now... we get to duplicate that entire process one more time. Me likes. I mean, I could have set this up in one go without mirroring the process and wasting so much room and all, but whatever. I don't want to be unhappy with what I'm doing here. It's working out quite nicely. And to be fair, it's the first time that I put up a complex of this size. Therefore, there's always something to learn along the way, I'd say. And never have I ever built a factory 2 times in a row the exactly same way, because I had learned everything already, and there was nothing to learn anymore. Never occurred to me, and I guess it never will. So here we're doing crazy Tesla Tower boogie, but it's just necessary, you know. Okay, now this will be a decent backbone for the early game, just for the early game. Later we'll be needing way larger things, but this is going to be the framework for my further expansions. Let's call it like that. I hope that I'll be able to set up my green science production with that, and my production of warp fuel and the stuff. But for the actual Dyson sphere, we will have to put up complexities that are way more sophisticated and larger than that, sadly. But it's a good place to experiment around and get a feel for things. Working for the first time with real mass production and the stuff, you know. Feels good. Feels good for sure. Alrighty. Here we go. And as you see here, I'm just whipping up the same thing as I did on the other side of this facility there. So... Don't want that with inserters and all. Okay, here we go. And then we've got the end. So this is where it gets a little bit messy, and this is why I feel like it would have been smarter to put it up double the size right from the get-go. Because I'm now fiddling around with lots of connectors, and you know. Minute. So this cannot be Mark 1. Otherwise it won't work. Okay. So let's put in some fuel. I don't want to suffer anymore. And here we go. Let's copy pasta one of these guys there. And that's that. First step to the parts factory. Dozen of these guys per second, that is. Well, or will be. As soon as I have set up the entirety of the machines. I just realized that on the other side I also had only one. Almost forgot that I didn't finish the thing on both sides. Lol. Ash, hey there. Man, so happy to see it. Hope you're good. So, we need 3 more of these guys to make the party rock. I think this is way larger than necessary, but little do I care. So, here we go. Wonderful, fresh engines. Beautiful, isn't it? And this is our first facility of many to come. So this thing is now supplying remotely and locally all these wonderful things. Not the best week on your life? Oh man, I'm so sad to hear that. I gotta admit, it's kind of similar for me, but mostly because of health issues, you know. Still kind of feeling like crap. Everybody in my family is. My wife, a kiddo. They're all like muttery and bad mood. And, pretty annoying, but well, I hope it'll pass. I hope for you it's something that will pass too. Nothing more permanent, you know. Okay, let's recharge the batteries and think for a moment. So these guys here are needed in many, many different projects, but most importantly, in electromagnetic turbines. So I wanted to set up a production of electromagnetic turbines here next. So the recipe here for electromagnetic turbines is pretty staggering. If we want to put up a production of 6 per second of these, all of what I just did there goes poof. So we would use up 12 engines per second for that. Just like that. And, well, at this point, I am a little bit torn about what to do next. So, we will need electromagnetic turbines for a damn lot of things. So, for particle containers, for reinforced thrusters, and all the different wonderful things. So, I am somewhat tempted to say, all right, so it'll be. We have to dig through this, and we cannot change it. So I think I'm going to do that. And this is the prototype. I'll never do this like that again. I learned from my mistakes here. Alright, but on the bright side, we got a lot of these engine thingies going on there. So, you know what? We're just going to do a little exciting exercise there. Now we're going to set up the same thing again in a manner that makes me happy, because I just decided to do a following thing. This facility here is for the for everybody else, because you know these it's not like these electric motors are not necessary for all manner of other junk. Or is it that bad actually? Well, only water pumps? Are you kidding me? Well, whatever. Then we're not going to do any excess production. I was living under the impression that I needed those tier 1 engines everywhere, but probably that was wrong. Cool. All right, then stuff goes a lot easier than I thought. So there goes the next interstellar logistics station. We're going to put it somewhat in line, not exactly, but just somewhat. Oh man, yeah, that sucks. That just means you have to suffer through it until it's over. No sugarcoating, man. It's like that. When the heart aches, it have to suffer through it until it stops. The only thing you can do is distract yourself as well as possible, because it's just like with an addiction. You have to suffer through it. Sorry to hear that, man. Hope you're having more luck next time. Because if you would ask me, you deserve. That's the only thing that I can say. That's any consolation to you. Alright, so let's pack this sucker up with tons of logistics drones. And yeah, it is a little bit ridiculous that we seriously now transport these engines from this point to that point with drones, but whatever. It's for the sake of keeping things ordered, you know. So here we're going to put these materials on demand as well. And going to put the turbines here on supply. There we go. So next step is the easiest part. We want to produce half a dozen of these suckers per second, so we just need to plug things together. We need to have, again, 12 machines running, and they're going to consume a dozen of these materials each. Easy enough. I'll have to pre-produce these guys there, so let's start with that. So we will require a dozen of magnets and half a dozen of copper plates per second, and 6 machines. Easy enough. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. I've been through that as well, and the only thing that I can say for sure is you have to suffer for a couple of broken hearts before you are even able to find your significant other. So take it as progress, if possible. That's been at least my personal experience. So let's keep going. I'm going to go for that. And let's stop right there. And we're going to go here. Close exit magnets. Far away exit copper. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Can work with that. So here, this thing will be under pressure. So there's going to be a lot of throughput. Therefore, we want to have it nice and tidy. So here we go. I feel like I made a good decision with producing the lowest tier of items always on site, and never have them on the belt right away. Okay then, so here goes that. Meets the sorter for the output still, and here I need to manufacture a couple of these more. Okay, now, awesome to have an engine factory. So we just pack up a couple of these suckers. I love the point when you go for real mass production, you know, when you're past the kiddie numbers and past the rookie numbers, and you start to go for the real deal. I love that. So here I need half a dozen of these guys. Good. That's that. So the rest is just plug and play, you know. Then we need to whip out that thing, connect it with engines, and then we're able to get that going. I love this part. Gotta say, this game's so much fun for me. Always enjoying myself so much when I'm playing DSP. Okay. And next thing is going to be on this side. And we're going to pipe this back into the tower. There we go. So here we have to put up half a dozen of machines, so long corridor. So let's see, how much per second do we require? Only one item per second, so the inserters I'm rocking are good. And now let's just hope that I have not underplanned. I managed to overplan yet again. Yay! Overplanning achieved. There we go. That's a satisfying sight. Okay. And now we got a decent throughput of these. Well, decent. So the next step are super magnetic rings. But if we'd want to put up 6 of these guys, we'd need to double everything we've built so far. Yes, love it. So that's the part where things get a little bit complicated. And I'd say since supermagnetic rings are so far only required for things that I am not really willing to mass produce, you know, we're going to keep these suckers as something we're not going to put on mass production yet. It's a yet. This one is very, very thoroughly flagged with yet. Because later we're going to require that here for all these the Deuterium fuel rods, but the most important parts are the EM rail ejectors. I think we're going to require these. But I'm not sure on which parts I'll be requiring lots of these, but I do think that they are somewhere needed. But for this stage I'm at, I don't want to produce anything. I don't know what I'll be producing it for. Very important thing. So where do we head off next? I have made processors, microcrystalline components, and, well, titanium, glass, and the like. As much as I'd love to, it ain't possible because we don't have the water here, and I'm not going to transport water onto a waterless planet. Not going to happen. So, no. Let's go forward and start to make thrusters and reinforced thrusters. Why not? I mean, reinforced thrusters, yeah, well, okay. We don't have the titanium alloy on this world for this. These guys, well, certainly doable on our Forge world here. Logistics bots, oh yeah. Haven't had these yet. Solar sail. Well, particle containers. How about producing us some particle containers? These guys are necessary in lots of spaces, and strange matter will be a big topic there. So, particle containers, yeah. If I'd be producing 3 of these per second, I'd be already stressing out my entire production here. Damn it. I really could use that. All that what I built there times 2. Really considering that at this point to just upscale my entire facility here to that point. Well, particle containers. We require these for all the logistics stuff. And, well, strange matter. So, I can only vaguely remember how much graphene I produce, but I'd say not enough. Well, right now I'm a little bit struggling where I'm going to invest myself into next. Yeah, I know what I want to do next. Deuterium. That's the next thing that we want to do. So, deuterium is made in particle colliders. So, what do we need to make particle colliders? Except for a lot of power. That's one thing I do remember about these. Fractionator. Not what I'm looking for. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, here. So, is that what I'm looking for? Or wasn't there a proper particle collider? No? These fractionators were not the stuff I'm looking for. Am I lacking a tech? I feel like I'm lacking a tech. So. No, here, miniature particle collider. That's what I'm looking for. Where are you guys? Oh, I see one type of material that I don't have there. So. Ah, here, miniature particle collider. So these require supermagnetic rings and frame material. Frame material, what a wonderful POS. I hate this stuff. Here I already hit the borders of my current setup. So where's the frame material? Shouldn't it be popping up here? Feel like I'm a little bit too tired for that, maybe. Or have I not researched frame material yet? This might be very well the case. Then we need to tech up. So let's see here. Yeah, lacking a tech. That's why. So at least I'm not too tired here. So good night, Forgotten Noble. I thank you for your good company. So have a good one, man. Hope to see you soon. Stay well. So, alright. We got that. Right. So let's switch our attention there, because I really feel like the mech warp is something I can on cue behind that. Way more important to get these frame materials going. Okay, so we'll be requiring what there? Carbon nanotubes, titanium alloy, and a bit of titanium. Or is that silicon? Cannot see from this point. So whatever that might be, this means just one thing. We're safely able to scale up at this point, so let's do it. This time I have learned from my mistakes. We're going to make a planetary station out of that. And I'm pretty much copying the ingredient list here. So here it goes. And I'm going to just set up the same thing here another time, because I just need it, you know? I just do need it so badly. And I do know one thing for sure. I will not regret in the least little bit to set up a production of these guys as large as possible, because I know one thing for sure: I won't have enough of them at the end of the day. So let's do this one more time, and let's do it more smartly this time than compared to the last time. So I do now know that I want to make a dozen of these guys. So we're taking this entire thing. Let's see. Times 12, yeah. We have to take this times 12. The challenge there lies within the fact that we need 24 iron ingots, which is not transportable with this type of conveyor belt. We just need to do a little bit of logistics magic. So the first thing we got to set up is a facility for a dozen of gear wheels and a dozen of magnetic coils. That's the first thing that we got to do. So luckily for us, this is quite easy. So let's start with one with each. So we're going to put these guys up here. It's going to be for the gears. For whatever reason, I was not able to get away with that little nook there, whatever. So here we will set up our gear wheel production. Boom. Output goes that way. And I'm going to get this down here. So here we need a dozen machines yet again, so it's a pretty large scale thing. And here I'm able to work with the small inserters. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So here we go. That's not even enough. That's only 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. even require 2 more, but no biggie. Alright, there we go. So that's the gear wheels for this facility. Then we need the next step, and that's the magnetic coils. We'll just wire these up like here. So copper goes on this thing. And we're going to go for the exact same length, because now I know that I need that. And here goes the magnet. So, lucky for us, we don't need that many machines in this scenario. So, these magnetic coils, they spit out 2 items per second, so we are well off. Okay, so I need a output into this direction then. And let's see how we perform that logistically. So magnets are just not seeming to come around there. Okay. Are we already on shortage? I think so. I just think that all the other vessels are already stressed out there. So we'll have to wait for a moment there. Okay, but next things. I'm going to put up one of these. One of those. And yeah, well, let's do 2 outputters. Why not? Save some of those resources. And that's half a dozen of these machines. And then just have to find out how long it'll take until we get ourselves some magnets onto this facility. There we go. So it seems as if there were no magnets on a on this planet, so we're going to do one thing. We're going to supply locally here, so these suckers can pick up magnets from next door. Because obviously we only have them remote, but whatever, it's fine. Then we pick them up from the other planet and just do our thing there. Whatever works. Okay, so now we got what we need, right? So a dozen of that, a dozen of that. The next thing we require is the iron. So yeah, well, let's pipe it up then. Look here, yeah, I like that. So iron pipe 1. And here we're going all the way down here. So like that. And then we pick up the gear wheels here and wire it all the way backwards. Let's see how many machines we'll need for that, but let's put up one machine to see this, to put this into scale. Hope this will work out fine. So, I mean, the good part is the engine production is so slow that it doesn't really matter in which order these machines are set up. So it'll be 1 iron plate per second. So let's see, no biggie, done. And half a gear wheel per second, no biggie, done too. And then the magnets we just fetched up. So we have to set this up like that. And I do like how this facility works and looks. Alright, so here we go. Now, the real annoying part about this is we're going to require 24 facilities of these, so this is where things get a little bit more complicated. Also, we can only set up a dozen of these at a time, so let me think. Here we go. Probably we'll have to pack in a splitter somewhere in between to get the job done. Alright, so this is the first part of the whole machinery. First dozen. And now we'll require another iron belt there. So I really hope this will work. I'm not sure if I have a mistake in my plans here. So here we go. Alright, one thing's for sure, I have forgotten about the splitters, but this is not a big issue at all. So we're going to go on there. Hey, I said go on there. Here, boom. So splitter goes in, splitter goes out, and here we're going to simply take a extra direction. Go up here, go down there. So. Hey Greg, welcome. No, I didn't. Actually, it's planned for tomorrow. It sounds like a cheap excuse, doesn't it? But no. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and Wednesday is my city builder and survival game day, and I planned to make a Deuterium comeback tomorrow, so you just came on into the right time. Tomorrow afternoon somewhere. Just needed a little bit of a break to of the Songs of 16. Sorry. Hard to talk when you have such so many mathematical things in your mind, like I do here right now. So. We almost got it. And now for the opposite direction. Oh, hell no. So, it'll always look like that. Crap. Whatever. It's just the way it is, isn't it? So. There goes that. So now I have the magnets on the far side here. And, oh, well, this doesn't work. To copy, I mean. Okay, so first things first, the output has to be defined, and that's going to be here. Then we require an input of iron, and that's this magnificent little beast here. And then we'll also require those magnet thingies. 1 per second is actually enough. And then we require that, and it's actually working out decently and nice. I am proud of myself. Here we go. So, that's what I had in mind after I said that I will improve on this build. So I'm quite happy to see that I've been able to improve on that this quickly. Alrighty, so there we go. And this thing produces now these suckers, and they get supplied. Wonderful. Alright. So, last thing we got to do now is... Oh, look at it. Is to ogle at it for a moment. So I'm really proud of it, because this is damn compact, you know? This is doing the job as far as I can see it nicely. And, I didn't need an extra splitter because we're picking up the magnetic coils from both sides of the belt, but that's totally fine. Yeah, it should work. It should really work. All of these machines should be busy at that point, and it looks like they are busy, so cool. Really cool stuff. Output gets transported away quite quickly too. Alright, so as you see there, we're filling the stockpiles here. And, well... yeah, let's do this. So here goes another planetary logistics station. So this is too close to the other one, alright. Well, you know what? We're just going to do that another time, hey? I mean, I can upscale this thing, can't I? So if I check this out here, so we're here producing, yeah, this is a full belt, and I shouldn't stress this out even more. No, we're just going to make another duplicate of that. So, copper on the far side, magnet on the near side. I'm afraid that I might run out of machines before this is done, but, well, whatever. This is a great piece of progress here. It doesn't look like much, but it certainly is getting us ahead a lot. So, yeah, I'm down to 35 assemblers. Oh, yikes. Good lord. Oh, I wanted to do it the other way around. Then we're going to be a little bit more excessive with the inserters. Whatever, I can't afford it. So, magnetic coils. Hooking up a dozen. I really hope that I got enough assemblers to make that thing happen. Whoa, what the hell has happened there? So I could swear that I haven't brought up such nonsense there. But at least at this point I don't really care about picking up all these electric motors, because we're definitely going to put them to good use, so... There we go. Okay, step 1 done. Let's get to step 2. Oh god, I forgot about the output. No. Luckily, this is easily fixed in this game. And let's just settle down. This bothers me a little bit. So, well, whatever. So, there we go. And then we should be pretty fine there. Alright. So, this is going to be a nice backbone for our entire facility here. So, let's let them roll downhill here. And back it to logistics station like that. So, there goes that. And then I actually managed to use up pretty much all the stuff that I prepared for this episode. Practically all the machines that we whipped up and stuff have been used up. So it was totally necessary to get back to my starting planet to just wrap up all the items that I did. Because we're pretty much used up all of it. Wow. But on the bright side, we got now an amazing amount of these items in production. That's a big feeling for me. So we can now just order electromagnetic turbines on the other planet, and let's do that. So you see, there's already a nice big commotion here going on in the system. So let's get back to our wonderful Mediterranean world and do the last few things for today's stream before I turn off for today. Gosh, we're really going to pass close past that sun, don't we? Cool. Alrighty, so now I have that good feeling that I can now just, wherever I needed, drop down a remote demand request for these items, and we're going to be good to go, you know. Big feeling. Oh, we're actually got trolled by the gas giant. Always does that to me. Factory Tuesday. Well, Math Gamer, I do suffer from a severe Dyson Sphere Program addiction, and that's why I gravitate towards the game every now and then. The topics for the days are also not not set in stone. If I feel like playing something on a day in between, I'll pop in a stream in between. It's just as it is. And for the upcoming Thursday, I don't know what the game dev key providers will do for me, because I have well, maybe I'm going to try out something new. All right, so let's do the most exciting thing. Let's patch up our poor old factory with items it needs. So, let's see. Here is where I get my thingies from. Alright, let's do this. So, we're going to... Where's my next interstellar logistic connector? Here. Let's order us some electromagnetic turbines, remote demand. Gimme, gimme. We're going to limit the storage to, let's say 2,000, that's enough. Hey there, Elsonkind. You, well, that sounds like an amazing plan. Also sounds like the teaching was going like more pissing you off than anything else. Okay, so electromagnetic turbines, we're going to set up a small thing, small scale thingy there. And then the last thing I do is going to be a connector. And we're going to insert these externally. So what will happen next is this wonderful little logistics station should receive its first delivery any moment, and then all my production lines should be magically replenished. Great. Yeah, sadly, guys, I'm already pretty much on the move to go for today. I just wanted to finish that part before I log off. Here. So now they get inserted, and now we pick them up there. And now it's going to be great, because large parts of my production chain, as you see here, the trickle is way too small, and there we go. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Oh man, that sucks to hear. Yeah, Dan, hi there. Thanks for that. We had the solution in the Discord already, but I'm quite happy that you put it into the comment section nevertheless, because if anybody else is suffering through that problem, this is nice to have that solution. So, what we achieved today, it might not look like much, but it is actually quite a lot. So, I am now providing a freaking dozen electromagnetic turbines per second, theoretically, if I can churn enough iron and copper into that thing. But the good thing is here, this gives me a steady production of particle containers and lots of other goodies, and where there's particle containers, there's also warpers. So for today, we're pretty much done. Next episode, we're going to start and set up frame materials, and with those frame materials, we're going to start producing deuterium with the particle colliders. It's extremely good there. Math Gamer, I appreciate your kind gesture. I thank you, man. So, yeah, I'm going to end the stream at this point, because I want to give myself a little bit more rest, because I'm not that well here. 1 hour 25 is also not that bad. So next time, like I said, we're going to upscale the particle container production and the stuff, and I want to move myself towards graviton lens production. That's going to be the next big thing. So we can, well, before I go, you know, guys, before I go, there's one thing that I wanted to do. I've been excited about that. So I now have, if I remember correctly, yeah. So we can now check out the neighborhood, you know. So that's been something that I wanted to do. So Delta Indy provides fire, ice, and kimberlite ore. But beyond that, key resources are not that rich there. So let's see. Then we got Capa Doradas, featuring sulfuric acid. Oh boy, this looks like a good area. Look at that. Jesus. Except for a lack of coal, this is a pretty nice system. We could easily get all the material that we need from this system. Let's see. Here also 4 light years, 67 per se. Even better than the other one because it has coal and crude oil available. It has organic crystal. The spiniform stalagmite crystal, if I remember correctly, was also pretty amazing. I think this is a real good candidate. And Lambda Andromedae, well, not that interesting. And here, 5 light years, well, still at my reach. Okay. There's a damn lot of rare materials there. Okay. Pretty tempting too. Has a nice luminosity too. 8 light years, 9 light years. So there's a lot of tasty systems to explore. It was just something that I wanted to put on the preview there. And I thank you all for being such a great company. So drop comments down below. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. There's also a link to the playlist in the description box. If you missed the stream, you might check it out. And also there's a link to my Twitter and to my Discord, where you can also find all the streams that happen announced. And last but not least, please check out the Patreon and the PayPal link that are in the description. I am a full-time free content creator, and therefore I can use all the help that I can get. Math Gamer excluded here already proved that he's an awesome guy. So, thank you all for the good time, and hope to catch you soon again. Bye-bye.